Nicolette, thanks. Imagine getting a phone call that your child had been bitten and battered by a dog. My co-anchor Shane Wright joins us in studio now with how that was a reality for a Shreveport couple in this morning's Get Right On It report. Shane, it's hard to imagine what this family must have been going through.
Yeah, Adria, hurt and confused Shreveport family says that they've heard nothing from the Bossier City Police Department after their daughter was mauled by a police canine while chasing a suspect. I sat down with the family and also uncovered a checkered past for this dog in question. We do want to warn you, if you have kids at home nearby, some of the images you're about to see are graphic. And this morning's KSLA News 12 Investigates Get Right On It report. Police chases, they can be unpredictable, dangerous, and even deadly. Stopping and catching a dangerous suspect is no easy task for police. And sometimes those car chases end in foot chases, causing police to call in the canines. Saturday, April 1st, 2017, just after 9 o'clock at night, a few parents and their kids had just left a birthday party at the Stone Vista Apartments in Shreveport.
It's like no less than 8 vehicles behind this car, police vehicles behind the car.
Bossier City Police had attempted to stop a car on East Texas Street for driving with no head or tail lights, but the driver took off, leading Bossier officers on a high-speed chase across the Red River and into Shreveport and onto Easy Street in Stoner Hill.
That's when I seen the suspect car and the cops. Okay. After they passed and went all the way up, that's when we crossed the street.
Solomon Coley was one of those parents walking his 3- and 5-year-old daughters back home to Acorn Street, a block over from Easy Street.
So we crossed the street, that's when I seen the dude coming out the gate. Now, he had jumped out the car on the hill.
Solomon says one of the suspects who had ditched the car ran from police and headed straight for him and his 2 baby girls, with a Bossier City Police canine in chase.
Him and the dog, they come out the apartments. Like, they couldn't see the dog, they couldn't see him. Right. So they couldn't see what was going on right here.
She said, calm down, calm down. Jewel just got bit, which is my 5-year-old. Jewel just got bit by a police canine dog. Instantly, I'm like, huh? What?
Their 5-year-old daughter, Jewel, had been attacked and bitten by Bossier City canine officer Torres.
It's like shooting a loaded gun into a crowd of people.
Instead of the dog pursuing him, the dog attacked my daughter. Like my daughter was in the way or something.
Solomon says he immediately reached down and held Torres from shaking Jewel side to side for what seemed like an eternity. So when the police dog attacked your daughter, the handler wasn't in sight. You didn't see the handler.
No cop was in sight. No cop was in sight for a while.
He says after multiple attempts, Officer Chad Boyette, who had released Torres, eventually got the dog to let go, but the damage was done. Torres ripped through little Jewel's flesh. This puncture wound, a dark reminder for a father who at the time didn't know if his baby girl was alive or dead.
It was a sound she was making. I don't really know how to describe the sound.
The family said they have made several attempts to get answers from Bossier City Police with no response. Then they reached out to our investigative team.
I feel like they left me and her mama, like alone to deal with this situation.
The department declined a sit-down interview with us, citing a potential for litigation. Instead, we were given a report on the incident, but their account of what happened was much different than Solomon's. The report stated Officer Boyette, quote, performed a visual scan of the area for innocent bystanders and none were observed in the immediate area.
That's a lie. Everybody outside, you just let this dog run free.
It also says Torres engaged the suspect, but the first bite was unsuccessful. The suspect took off again. They say it was then when Torres bit Jewel.
That report is a lie. All the way around.
Bossier City Police say there have been 14 dog bite incidents with their canines in the past 3 years, out of 8,700 calls for service. Torres was involved in 4 of those incidents.
This dog has attacked another victim before this one.
March 2015, in this Bossier City neighborhood, reports show the same police canine, Torres, bit a Parkway High School student as he was jumping over a fence, leaving the scene of an altercation he says he was a bystander in. Torres pulled the teen off the fence, but when the teen was on the ground and in custody, the report says Torres spun out of his handler's grip and bit the teen again, this time in his face and on his arm. Nelson Cameron is the teen's attorney.
The dog should not be on the police force. Number one, that's an easy answer, very easy answer. This dog should not be on a police force. It should not be engaged in police activities.
The teen sued the city of Bossier, and the case was settled out of court for $23,500. Nelson says the charges against the teen were dropped, and police's silence in Jules' case does not surprise him.
It doesn't surprise me from the culture that you have there in the police department. The police department should show some compassion for a 5-year-old girl who's mauled by a police dog.
And that's okay for the Bossier Parish Police Department, I guess. I guess it's okay that this dog is going to go around mauling people.
I figure like they could care less about my daughter. I'm pretty sure my daughter feels the same way.
I didn't even get, Miss Hall, I'm sorry. We're sorry this happened. Is there anything we can do? Send a balloon, send a bear, anything. Nothing.
This is a big one.
This is Jewel Coley today.
Okay.
Scars from that day, both seen and unseen.
That got me.
And what did the dog do?
Bite me.
What did it feel like?
It feels like fire. A little bit.
She wakes up screaming and hollering and crying in her sleep. The therapist actually diagnosed her with PTSD. A 5-year-old got PTSD.
I found one.
The cost to buy and train police dogs varies. In Shreveport, handlers say the cost is almost $15,000 per dog. Jewel's mom has her own theory about why Torres is still on the force.
That one weapon that they invested that money into, they don't want to just let that go, because those are considered low-income apartments back there that you can do whatever you want to. That shouldn't be the case.
No owning up to it, Like I say, I expect the dog to be a dog, but I expect them to be human.
And now, Jewel just wants to put the nightmare behind her and get ready for her birthday party next month.
They fixed me up and they made me get better. And I'm okay now. I'm not gonna worry about it.
And the suspect Torres was chasing was eventually caught and booked on multiple charges. Bossier City Police says all of their dogs go through required weekly training. But Jewel's parents say they'd like Torres to be put down. If you'd like to share a story to me, send them to me on Facebook, or you can call our investigative tip line and leave a message at 318-422-1282. Now, after the show, the conversation continues on Facebook. We're going to go live at 7 a.m. What should happen to police canines who make these kinds of mistakes? Adria.